right, party people, we're here today, the Expect Better podcast. We're super pumped to have on the show today Anthony Revoir from the REMAX home team office in Uncasville, Connecticut. Oh, look at that.
Cheering for me
The
already.
crowd is cheering for you. Do you like that?
Love it.
So, Anthony, it's been awesome to watch your growth as a broker, owner, and team leader of your office in Uncasville. Definitely want to hear directly from you on what has made you so successful with your office and your team. I want to just start by kind of blowing your head up like I do most of my guests right away. So unbelievable numbers. Last year, 721 transactions. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
There's probably more than that, right?
I don't know if they count double sides on MLS. I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Just keeping track to see if they do. And obviously none off market around there.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a
So
big
you're probably close to 800 transactions for an office in Uncasville. How big is Uncasville? I mean, everybody knows it as the casino, right?
Yeah, it's not very big.
Not very big.
Everything's very quaint down there. It's nothing big like down here. No real cities or anything.
So that's a lot of volume. What would you say the average price point is in your market?
We'll say around 250.
Okay, so the next stat is even going to blow people away more. If that doesn't blow you away enough, 800 transactions in a year, but $200 million in gross sales volume.
Yes.
On price point of 200-ish. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, we'll say about. Well, I mean, with some rentals in there, probably about 240, 245.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's incredible. So, for everyone who's listening, tell us about your journey. How did you get into real estate?
So initially, back in the days when we first met each other, I was going to get in when I was 21. Ended up not doing it. I was like, I'm not ready.
Okay. So what year do you think this was?
We'll say 18 years ago.
Okay.
So about 18 years ago, I was like, yeah, I'm just not ready. I was going to do the class. I was signing up, and then I was like, no, it's not ready. I'm not mentally there yet to take that on.
And for people listening, how we know each other, want to explain how we know each other?
I'll let you take the role now.
Oh, you want to?
Let that go on to you.
We worked together in the nightclub business many moons ago, and some different roles. And real estate, it's kind of cool to see how real estate brings us back together.
Yes,
and as I'm sure you tell everybody, it's relationships, right?
Yep.
It's never burn bridges, never leave off bad with anybody because you never know when they're going to come
it's
back.
just wild. It's just you see all the people you knew years, and it's like we run into each other. Like, oh shit,
Yeah.
good to see you again.
Yeah, and I'm a stage 5 creeper now as you are now as a broker, right? Where you sit online all day and you
got to look at the numbers.
Yeah.
They're important. I don't care what you say. Numbers in real estate are important.
Yeah.
You got to know who's selling.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I started when I got in 2013. I got my license mid 2013, started going, and I figured I wanted to know who the player in the game, the players in the game were.
Yeah.
I wanted to know who was selling because I wanted to see what they were doing, kind of watch them. And this is really a lot. There was social media, but nothing like now.
Right.
So it's just we were
MySpace?
Yes.
Were you on MySpace?
Of course I was. Who was it?
I want to see if my profile's still up. Are they still up, or did they take those down?
I don't even know my Facebook login. If
True.
it's not saved, I have no
True.
idea.
They probably don't even have the password authentication setups now if we were to try to reopen our
I don't even know
MySpace accounts. Oh, my gosh, it's
we should
funny.
bring it back down.
Yeah, let's bring it back. Instant
bring it
Messenger?
back.
Did you have Instant Messenger?
Of course, man.
Oh,
Of course.
we're old now.
You're just making me so excited about the good old days, man. Oh, all this new stuff. But no, I really wanted to know who was doing what.
Mhm.
I figured it was important to see what they were doing. And two, I think any new agent getting in, you should stare at the MLS. Like,
Yeah.
I looked at it all day.
Hot sheets?
All afternoon, all night. I wanted to know what was going listed, what was getting sold, what were they going under deposit for, because I wanted to start knowing the market better than anybody else out there.
Mhm.
If somebody asked me, is that a good price? I wanted to be able to know the comparable as well as saying, oh, let me go look and see.
Mhm.
I think that's super important. That's when I started really looking at numbers and getting to see who the people were. And just that's when I really learned real estate. Took the time to just know prices of house, learn per square foot.
Oh, I teach that daily. I try to tell people if you can speak in price per square foot, the client will not even know what you're saying, but they're going to say, yeah, that guy's smart. I think he knows what he's talking about.
You can calculate houses so fast.
Oh,
you
so
can take
fast.
a base and you just add some adjustments up and
Yeah.
downs, and you're within a good range.
Yeah.
And obviously, we all know we can't price a house perfectly. We don't know what's going to sell for,
Especially in this market.
Yeah.
Right? The comps don't matter in this market.
It's like, what do you want to list it for? Yeah, I'll sign it. Let's go.
Exactly. Let's go. So
Let's get in the world.
2013, you get your license. You're how old? 20?
No, it's 2000.
I'm bad at math.
I'm trying to think how old I
Are
was.
you younger or older than that? Let's keep it.
Let's see. We're in 22. We'll be 40 minus off some 8. So about 31, 32.
Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. So you get your license in 13. You don't sell right away, or you do jump in and
I
start
jumped right in.
jumped right in.
I wanted to so bad. But I was all about real estate every day. I was working in the restaurant. I was a server at a couple steakhouses, and I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
People, right? How many
yeah,
people did you meet at that job?
hundreds, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
It's the best job for someone who says, I want to get in, but I'm not, I kind of need to work still and pay my bills, pay my rent. I'm not like quit your job.
No.
Some brokers, I interviewed with them and said, because I built my sales while working a 40-hour a week
Mhm.
job, and the brokers would say to me, so I heard you have a job. We typically hire full-time agents here. And I was like, peace. Like,
Yeah.
I'm out. Like, this is not the right place for me. But I love when people have those networks.
Full time is a mindset, by the way. I don't give a shit what your job is.
Mm-hmm.
Full time is a mindset.
Yeah.
I think about real estate full time. I don't care if I'm at another job or I'm doing something else. That's my full time job. I
Fair
think about
enough.
real estate.
That's a good way to put it.
And it's just like we said before, hands down, restaurants the best. At nighttime, you can go in. You're not pressured to sell because obviously anybody
Who's
under
calling
pressure
you at
to
9
sell.
o'clock at night?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't care. Everybody's do real estate at night. Real estate's all daytime. I realized that over the last couple of years. It's like you can't do anything after hours.
Yeah, you may get annoyed after hours,
get
but you
annoyed
just
after.
you just hit the silence notifications.
Yeah, but no banks are doing anything. Attorneys aren't doing
Right,
anything.
exactly.
So it's like it gives you the freedom to do it during the day.
Yeah.
And like you said, you're making money. You're not worried about selling. And I think anybody who jumps into it just full on without another job, yes, it can be scary, but you can make it. There's no doubt.
You could definitely make
100%.
it. Yeah. So 2013, you get your license. You jumped right in. What kind of success did you have early?
I started getting some friends and family just right off the bat. A couple deals right off, and then my first when it went to 14 is when I started going. It was like young, didn't really know anybody because I'm newer to the area. I was maybe in the area.
Where are you from originally?
Berlin, Connecticut.
Okay.
So it was 10 years. Like,
Hartford County.
Hartford County.
How'd you end up in Uncasville?
Family.
Okay.
My mom
There you go.
came down here and was about 10 years deep. So I didn't really know a ton of people, and then just started grinding.
Yeah.
Just grinding.
Well, that's what's great about the business, and I think the people who are most successful, the people either have the most to lose or are buried in debt or really are like, okay, I actually got to work. Because if you're kind of comfortable, your bills are getting paid, you're not going to hustle.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to be at the bottom to hit the high.
You want
right?
to be the best. You have to want to be the best.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is a sales business. This is a competitive business. I wanted to be the best. I wanted to be.
And you
synonymous with real estate.
clearly did a great job, right? So 2013, 14, what was your success like in terms of like how many roughly? I'm not.
I would say about 30 my first year.
30,
Yeah.
30 home. That's incredible.
Yeah. So I got like 14. At 13 I bounced around to 2 different places. Brand new as an agent, you didn't know where you're going. You're just going anywhere.
Yep.
Had a couple sales, but then when 14 started, I signed up with REMAX, and that was about 30 deals the first year, and then just kept growing from there.
Kept rolling. Yeah, and I hope that people get to hear your story, but I also hope people take from this that a broker from Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate can talk to a broker from REMAX, which is a great brand, an amazing company to work for. So I hope people take that out. It's not people think that we just fight and like.
No.
But there's plenty of business to go around and
Plenty. You have to build relationships. It doesn't make a difference what company you're with. If I can do a deal with you and it's going to be better, that's what I want. I'd rather train every single agent out there, even if they don't work for me.
Yeah.
I'd want them trained just so it makes real estate easier.
Yeah, totally. Because you can deal with some serious BS on the broker side. Right?
Oh yeah.
The better trained agent, the better. So so it's awesome that REMAX, Better Homes and Gardens, we can kind of connect and after all these years, just kind of tell people what we're up to and that we're not ready to kill each other.
No, we have good stories about where we came from, what we're doing, how we're hustling, and it's just I don't care who you work for. I want relationships with people.
Yeah.
It can be a totally different company. You never know when you're going to need to work with each other.
Totally.
So.
And never burn your bridges. I learned that early. So 2000, you have a team, right? It's called Next Level
Next
Group.
Level Team.
Next Level Team.
Yeah,
I know I got to be careful, right?
Correct. So
Go ahead, say the official.
Connecticut cracked down on team names, structure.
Yeah.
So we had to remove group. We were Next Level Group originally.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
And then correct. And then we had to go Next Level Team. And
so you are the Next Level Team
of
REMAX Home Team. Jeez, you need a lot of space on these marketing flyers now for the teams, but it kind of makes sense. You want the consumer, I guess, to know who you are, who you're working for. In your case, it's your own. So
Yeah, no, I agree with it. I mean, it was a change. It was paperwork. It was a lot more. It was nonsense.
and
But
a fee, and a fee,
well, yeah,
a
always
team fee.
fees first.
Yeah, the fee is first, then you can have your
Fees first.
team.
Then you can do whatever you want.
Exactly.
But no, I agree with it because there was everybody just started branding themselves, and who knew who? Like you could come up with any name. Nobody knew who you were, who you're
Mhm.
with, and you have to respect the business, and you have to understand that it is a consumer-based business.
Mhm.
So they have to know who they're dealing with, who they need to go to. So there's a lot behind it. So yeah, we had to change the name, and we started out about. It's been about a couple years now. The team
So
name.
you were a solo agent from 2013 to 2020,
We'll
2019,
say
pre-COVID
17,
or after COVID?
I was just starting. I was
team.
very small.
Okay.
Just getting going and wanted to just, everybody's like, oh, I want to start building. This is when teams started coming out. There was like
Yeah.
one team in my area that started doing very well, and I was like, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Um,
Teams are back big time now.
Teams are back big time.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah. And
Let the brokers worry about the headaches, and you
Yeah.
go build your business.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then we just started rolling, a couple people here and there, and then
Mhm.
it just jumped.
So when you started your team, who was on your team? Was it you and an admin? Was it you and a buyer agent?
It
What
was
did you-
me and a couple buyers agents.
Okay.
And like an assistant to do some paperwork.
Perfect.
Yep.
And that was, as we
It's like
mentioned,
4 years.
pre-COVID.
Yeah,
Okay.
pre-COVID.
Now, what does your team look like?
We transaction coordinator, and we're probably about 35-ish deep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a big team.
Yeah. Great group of people though.
Yeah.
Like,
Anybody you want to shout out while you're on the air?
everybody. I can't.
Shout
I
out
won't
the
single
whole
anybody out.
team.
They're all amazing.
TC coordinator? Anybody in specific?
Everybody. Alexis. What up, Alexis?
There you go.
She keeps them. She wrangling cats in there, baby.
You were saying before how amazing she is, so
Oh,
I figured to give her a
unbelievable.
little love on the air.
Yeah, I mean, it just is. Everybody wants to be independent, but there's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes in this
Oh
shit.
my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's totally a lot of
Yeah.
work.
But I think we revamped the team idea though. We're very different than your traditional team.
How so?
We're really based on knowledge and education. Like you've been around, everybody throws, oh, we're going to give you leads. We're going to give you leads.
Yep.
I hate that.
Unsustainable.
I can't
Chirping birds.
stand that. It's easy.
Mhm.
Why? They're going to give you the easiest thing out there because you could buy them.
Yeah.
You can just get them from anywhere.
Yeah.
No solidness behind them. So I was like, you know what? This isn't right. I don't care about leads because give a brand new agent 100 leads, they drop 110.
Yeah.
Train them, give them 10, they're going to convert.
Yeah.
And
I like that.
everybody gets so caught up in wanting the next deal and just keeps running faster, but
Yeah.
never realizes they don't know what they're doing. It's making them have to keep running.
Yeah.
So we went big on just knowing. Like my preach is learn, because you just need to know what your documents are talking about. You need to know your contingencies. You need to know how everything rolls first,
Mhm.
which naturally give you some confidence
Mhm.
because you know if they ask you a question, you're going to be able to answer it
Yeah.
confidently, and they're going to believe in you better,
Mhm.
which will just lead to immediate success.
Yeah. And your social media and your branding, by the way, is on point.
Thank you.
I like you. Do you have a new thing with the? Are you the wolf of
Yeah,
real estate?
wolf
Is
of
that a
real
new
estate, yeah.
branding play?
Yeah.
Dude, I love that.
Thank you.
What made you come up with that?
I mean, the movie, obviously.
Obviously, right? I
Like,
knew that.
Shout out to
but-
them. Shout out. But I liked their mentality. They were taking inexperienced people,
Mhm.
teaching them,
Yeah.
and making them great at what they do.
I love that.
And that's literally what we do. We take brand new agents. I'll take a brand new agent any day because they're going to want to learn.
Yeah.
And
I
we
think
have
that's a
systems.
similarity we have. I think a lot of brokers, especially older, as you get older and you get tired, you don't want to deal with new. But I'm energized. A new agent walked in today, and I had a meeting, and I just kind of poo-pooed the meeting and said I'm going to deal with the new agent. Where I think, imagine that a new agent walks in all excited, and you're like, I have a meeting right now. I'll connect with you in an hour.
Yeah.
That's not a good look.
No, because they're going to jump to the next spot.
Right. Yeah.
100%.
So I think we have that similarity because I think training agents new is a lot of work, and you can't just sit down with them 6 hours and spit everything at them. They'll never retain anything. So they need to make mistakes. They need to write the wrong date on the contract. Sometimes you have to catch it, and it's not a bad reflection on you
No.
as a broker or an office, but you cannot just spit information and think they're
No,
going to take it away.
absolutely, because it takes time after time after time for it to retain. But I'll tell you what, the biggest thing we've done to be able to grow to that size
Mhm.
was systems. Like
Sure.
everything's done on checklists. Everything's very organized.
Nice.
It's not like if somebody just comes in, it's like, oh, you're just now start learning. It's like, no, we have classes. We do trainings every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're at it.
Yeah.
So
Love it.
we follow a very organized offer list
Mhm.
that they learn, and it helps them start learning more because they're seeing it so much more. A new agent comes in once a week. They don't remember what they learned last week, so
Yeah.
they get
If
this
you're lucky,
week's all
they
new
come in,
too.
come in once a week, right?
Yeah.
I That's great. I have a 20 course curriculum that I push on people and just say, you do these, you tell me when, I'm going to do them with you one on one. Because well, I learned this quick. I'd love to hear your take on this, but I've learned early. I've only had this, this brokerage for a couple of years, 2 years actually. Actually, yesterday was actually 2 years to the date.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, super excited about that. We had a little Cinco de Mayo party going on. It was kind of cool.
Bring a DJ in?
Of course I did. His name was DJ Pitbull. DJ Pitbull, and then I actually had a taco truck who canceled the morning of because he had COVID.
Oh.
And so I had to get it catered by another one, Taco Loco. But what I learned really quickly, and I'd love to get your take on this, was that I can't accommodate. We have about 90 agents right now, so I can't accommodate their schedules. So I offer one-on-one. So you just tell me, you can call me every Monday and say what time works, and I make it work. How do you? And so I learned that I can't accommodate everybody's schedule. Whether I train on Monday, Tuesday, 11 a.m., do I do 6 o'clock for the people with the jobs, or if you're a bartender at night, do I do another one at 9 for you? I learned quickly I can't accommodate. So how do you accommodate your agents that with different schedules?
So the big thing is we have a lot of help in the office, but like I said, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, we set up every single week.
Yeah.
We don't vary from the course because not everybody's going to be able to make every single week, every single day. So we just keep going. But we implemented it as a structure. So we're very fortunate. A lot of people do come.
Good.
But we do go beyond one-on-ones. Like Alexis, I just shout out. She sits with agents as well.
Yeah.
Because again, they aren't going to be able to make everyone. They're going to catch up. One big thing which we did, we record all of our meetings.
Yeah, I just started doing that.
And we put them up.
Smart.
For people to watch. Just in case they need to learn how to do an offer, they want to learn it. I'm big on watch a video first.
Yeah.
Because if you just keep asking me, you're never going to retain.
Yeah.
Watch the video first.
Yeah, try it.
Try it, play around with it, figure it out. And then when you come to me with your solution and your answer. And then tell me how you got there so I can reverse engineer and see where you went wrong.
Totally.
I don't want you to just ask me a question because guess what? You're not thinking. Your brain hasn't even started processing yet.
Yeah.
It's like you just want to know answers. It's easy. You'll never learn.
Never.
So I'm big on, if you're going to ask me a question, say to me, this is what I believe my answer is.
Yeah.
This is how I got there.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
And then we'll break it down. And that's really helped a lot.
Yeah.
And then watching the videos.
Well, and clearly if you're closing 800 transactions in a year, I mean, that's ludicrous. And actually I broke it down further. Your team, which is obviously a subset of REMAX home team, closed 470 of those office transactions, which is about 120 million.
Yeah, we did about between all states and off market was like 133 million.
What others? While we're talking about that, what other states are you in? I know you mentioned that.
Rhode Island and Massachusetts.
Okay, because you're kind of right on that.
Yeah, we're very close to Rhode Island, right on the border, and then Massachusetts an hour away. And we have a great group of agents in our office that is very Windham County where we are.
Okay.
That go over into the Mass.
Isn't it annoying as a broker trying to keep up with all these states and their fees and their, I'm doing New York as well. I have a full operating brokerage in New York. I'm closing it.
I know. I just forward the emails.
Well, that's what I do. I forward them.
Do we need to pay this?
Dude, I'm closing it. I'm closing it. And then I got something else about, the big thing now is racial bias, right? Are the agents properly trained with handling, potential racial bias in their transactions? And then I saw something come out from New York State that, agents are going to be required to do this. And, oh, by the way, the fees went up. And I was just like, I want to be an expert in what I do in the areas that I do. I'm not saying you shouldn't do deals over there. Like I still close. I closed a deal in Scottsdale, Arizona last week in Maricopa County through the networks that I have. And I'm sure through REMAX, you can go somewhere and find the top agent in anywhere, right? So I prefer to do it that way as opposed to like I'm going to drive to New York 3 times in a market where there's nothing to look at. And then they want to go back Sunday with their grandmother because she didn't get to see. It's not best use of time.
No, it's hard because everybody, as much as you want to help them as well as possible, referring out to another great agent and staying along with them, staying in communication, talking to your clients, and
it's better for the client.
It's better for the client. That person is in that area. They know exactly how it's going down. They know exactly what they need to write, and it's better for them, the client. And like I said, you just build those relationships, and you got a nice referral partner.
Yeah, no, awesome. That's I preach the same thing.
Yeah.
So now it's 2017, 18, you get your team. How fast did it get to the 30-ish agents that you have now? Was it a slow?
It was a slow gain.
Slow.
Over, I would say the last year to year and a half is when it really just pumped up.
And was that, do you think it's because of your specific recruiting efforts, or is your team kind of?
Team 100%.
They're the ones. that's the best way to grow.
100%. It's all organic.
You know, we'll keep the companies' names out, but my office gets bombarded with a few specific companies in the area, and they sound like desperate dogs. They sound like desperate dogs trying to recruit, and it's actually doing the opposite for what they're trying to. It's actually turning
Correct.
my agents off, and a couple of them called me and asked me to file, complaints against the board.
I mean, they're just doing what they're supposed to do. But
Well,
organic
yeah.
growth is very nice.
It's the best.
Yeah, and it's just I think a lot of it comes down to seeing how well they're doing. Now those numbers are a group of young agents in the business. These are all majority, I would say, under 2 years. I
Really?
would say 85% plus.
That's
under 2 years.
unbelievable.
Oh yeah, these are new agents, and people are calling and saying, "Why are they doing so well? Like, what is going on?" They're contacting them, just like we're just being trained.
Wow. And no bearing on anything, but would you say the average age? You have 20s, 30s, 40s? How
We're
old?
a younger group.
Younger group.
Yeah,
20s, 30s?
yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah. I'm the old man.
You are the old guy.
Oh man, we got a couple of guys. Shout out a couple of my old men.
Yeah?
Yeah, but no, it's a very
Shout out anyone, dude.
yeah,
The
no,
old man.
younger group. It's a younger group overall. Just the whole entire office is a good vibe.
Yeah.
Real good vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to any of these seminars, whether it's through REMAX or through the National Association of Realtors or through Better Homes and Gardens, it's all about culture.
Mm-hmm.
When you're trying to grow, and if you build it correctly in the office, the agents will, every week somebody here says, "Oh, I have an agent for you."
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah, 100%. That's what we get. The same thing. It's very
Yeah.
nice. It's very.
I
Nice.
think eventually I'm going to have to start actually recruiting.
No, don't change. What
Or
you're doing.
maybe
Why?
just don't ever. I don't know.
You don't need to.
I see like all these calls and these people sending me emails. It's like, does it actually work? Do you think it works?
Probably.
What's the return on that? If this guy closes his door and gets on the phone and hammers 100 agents a day, which I'm sure they do, how many are they getting a meeting with?
I would say you're probably one.
I
would say
can't do
probably
that.
one. I couldn't do it.
I'm not doing it.
Probably one. I mean, it's just hard. It's hard. Well, it's hard to get them on the phone at first.
It is hard to get. Well, think about it. When you were recruited, I know I didn't get on the phone.
Yeah.
And I learned from that mistake. Now I take the meetings with everybody.
Yeah.
I met with another agency last week. I'm not going anywhere, but
yeah.
I meet with everybody and see what's out there.
No, you got to know. You have number one as an owner and doing it very well as you are. You need to know what they're doing out there too.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. You got to stay alive and vibrant to what's going on.
Yeah.
Not just close your doors and think you have the best thing. I mean, you got to adapt to the situations. You got to evolve rapidly, especially, everybody's attention span's over.
Yeah.
So if you're not staying with it and doing your thing, great office, great vibe, and you're going to lose people quick and you're growing faster. So you're obviously doing it right.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And ditto to you. I mean, your growth it's unbelievable. It's incredible to see. And the numbers just in an area with such a small price point, just to see the volume that kind of runs through your office. It's awesome to see.
It's all systemized. Checklist, organization, transaction coordinator, from the front desk, from Lisa at the front desk to Diane in the back. Everybody's just on point.
So how many employees would you say you have? And you have 3 employees? Same here. And do you have partners or anybody else that
Partner in the business, yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, which is it's very helpful. You just can't be everywhere. You can't, and you have to. I believe if you're going to become a broker, and you did the same thing. We talked about this earlier. Is you do have to kind of step out of real estate.
Yeah.
It's only fair if you're going to be helping other people become successful in the business. You can't be distracted from it.
No.
And I see it a lot, and nothing against it, but they still practice real estate, and it's hard when your agents need you to grow and them to grow better. It's
because they're not making money.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe I don't know. But I think it's just you have to dedicate that, especially because we're bringing on new guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's full time.
So that's a full time gig.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to do it, and you have to dedicate for them to become successful.
Yeah.
But in turn, they become successful. You naturally grow.
Yeah. No, it's
and we don't do recruiting because your new agents are doing so well.
Yeah.
They're getting other people that want to come join you.
Yeah. It's a long cycle. It's a marathon, totally.
Years.
Right. So, but if you stick with it, you can see that direction going. And getting out of buyers for me, it's been about a couple of years since I've shown a house. I actually had to run to show. I gave my my own cousin to another agent in our office, that just shows you I'm done, right? But this agent was stuck in traffic, and they called me. They were stuck at a house right around the corner, so I had to go out and open the lockbox.
Do you remember how?
Dude, I forgot. I was putting the shackle code in, and I was there for like 10 minutes. It was real embarrassing.
They need to do a class in real estate course on how, number one, how to do lock boxes. Like, just line up a whole bunch,
Yeah.
and just teach you how to do lock boxes.
Yeah.
You got to have somebody hanging over
The
your back.
the combo
Yeah.
code, and then the letters,
Yeah.
and oh my gosh, yeah. So but I agree with you. You got to step out
Yeah.
and just believe in it. And I tell everybody, because people say it all the time, oh, I see the amount of agents or this or that, and I'm like, yeah, but you don't become a broker to like think you're going to make money on people. It does not. I probably said this on 4 different shows already. But you have to do it to actually help other people and be there for them, because the money in this business, I'd love to hear your take on it, to me, is in the sales, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you close a deal and I mean, I've had months when I was selling, made 100,000 3-4 times a year.
Yeah.
I mean, we make good money, but we got to probably have like
Yeah,
400 agents to our
Yeah, pretty much.
to make that kind of money.
I think besides, you have to genuinely want them to do well.
Yeah.
You really actually have to want them to be successful.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people initially think that, but then when they see them doing well, it's hard for them to accept. I
Yeah.
absolutely love when my agents close deals.
Oh, me too.
It's the best. Like when they're posting and I'm so happy for them. It's insane.
Yeah, it's
Like I generally
same.
like when they do well and make money.
Yeah.
They came into the business to have a career and make money, not just to hang out. And when they're selling, they're making money. I love when they
Love
write
it.
in these big checks.
Oh.
So happy for them.
Well, to echo that, we have an agent in here that 2 agents actually, they put pools in their yard, and I'm looking at these pools and I'm going, I'm so happy for them.
Yeah,
I'm texting them. I'm like, is that real? I'm like, I could live in your pool.
Hell yeah.
Like, it's so awesome. I'm so like genuinely happy. It's like they got that through their hard work.
Yep.
So to just be a part of it it's rewarding.
Yeah.
And that's what you do it for. Not to, oh, you have all these, you
Yeah.
have 60 agents in your office. Do people go, oh, you're making money off of 60 agents? You're brilliant. It's like, you actually probably made more money selling.
Yeah.
I know I did. I
Yeah.
made a lot more money selling, but I don't care.
You can't go into wanting money. It's not, you don't go into this as a broker owner wanting money.
Yeah.
Because if money is your end goal, it's going to be quick.
Yeah. Real quick.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of people try it, and then I always say, you become a broker, you become broker. Right? Right. So
I never heard that one.
You like that? You could use that.
I must be a broker.
Yeah, there you go. Use that on the next Wolf of Real Estate
Become a
social
broker,
media.
become a broker.
That's what I tell people. You know, you got to really be smart with your, right now real estate's great, but what happens, there's a correction coming,
Oh,
right? What, you feel it?
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm looking forward to it, to be honest with you.
I'm looking forward to the correction also, but real estate during COVID has only escalated, right? 20%, 30, whatever. Look at the interest rates; it's crazy. There's a correction coming. What do you see the market doing?
I mean, honestly, you hear so much.
Yeah.
I try to keep it out of my ears because it just can go you in the wrong direction quickly.
Good, fair
if
enough.
Somebody's giving negative it's like you're focused on it.
Yeah.
I worry about what we're doing right now, and if it corrects, we don't change what we're doing. We just keep working as hard.
Yeah, it.
And I'm going to tell you right now, when the correction comes, these agents who have been lucky, didn't take the business serious, there's going to be career changes.
Oh yeah.
So not only will it wean down this large pool, our agents will still keep doing well because they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, and the biggest thing we train is anybody can sell real estate right now.
Yeah.
Anybody. So
your pricing doesn't even have to be you could be 20 grand high or low, or 50 grand high or low.
No, I train for a normal market. Like if I was training for this market, I don't need to I just tell you how to go, like set up a showing time, you'd be good.
Yeah.
I train in and out because once this corrects, we know what we were doing beforehand.
Yeah.
And you're still going to keep going, and these guys will still keep growing.
I can remember where, and it worked to my advantage many times, where $10,000 price difference was the difference between selling the home or sitting for 6 months and your angry client saying, what have you done for me? Remember that market?
Oh, yeah.
Where now you can just, you just let the seller kind of pick their number, as long as it's, within reason, within 100,000.
Yeah, it's like, you're close.
You're within 100,000 and they get it, right? But those days are going to, which is why I train price per square foot. I love that you kind of started with that, because I do the exact same thing. All my platforms teach price per square foot. Yeah. And if you can just speak like that, you'll make an impression.
You have to know. You have to know inventory.
Yeah.
This is our career. This is what we're supposed to be doing. Why aren't we knowing what's for sale?
Yeah.
Like,
you gotta.
You need to know how long it's going to be on market, what you're selling to, who you're selling to for financing, for that style of home. It's very specific, and people don't realize there's way more behind selling homes. We don't sell homes to people. You know that. We don't. It's a customer service business.
Yeah.
But we're guiding people in the right direction, and nobody really wants to take the extra step of educating yourself. They
Yeah.
just want to go and make the quick buck.
Yeah.
And when you learn, it makes it so much easier.
Oh yeah.
Because you like I tell my guys, like these as a new agent, if somebody says how much is that house worth, you shouldn't have to go do a CMA.
If you know your stuff.
You should know what town it's in, bedrooms, baths, square footage, and you should have a base price.
Yeah.
Add interest, AC, garages, acreage.
Yeah.
That should just be an absolutely
Mhm.
mental calculation
Mhm.
to be within a ballpark.
Yeah.
And that's what that's what I love about my group. The whole office is phenomenal. Like when I say they're supportive on social media, it's an understatement.
Yeah. Well, you're on social for sure.
And every single agent there supports every single agent. Everybody's happy. So that's the culture. It amazes me.
Oh yeah.
Like everybody's doing business and everybody's commenting, great job, amazing. It's unbelievable.
Love
But
it.
we have a phenomenal group chat going where we throw houses out there. We're like, see who by pricing.
Yeah.
And I want everybody to see it. I don't care if you're not in there like talking to you about it, but you see people talking about prices.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn real estate by just being around it.
Yeah. What about the people who don't know the schools in the town that they'll put board of ed, right? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. No,
Guilty.
no, wait a minute. I did too. I did too now. But when I train my agents, thankfully I'm not really selling anymore. But when I train them, I'm like, think about it. It's almost like a dead giveaway if you do that. But you and I did so much volume, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
So you know what? You want to hear how else I'm lazy? I'm the worst agent, right? When it says directions, I put use GPS. You the same guy?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's different though. I try to train the new guys though, not to be me, right? I train them. Hey, learn the schools.
Yeah.
Like you should learn the schools. You should put Main Street to Madison or whatever.
You're correcting all your mistakes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, correct.
Because I wasn't perfect, but when you do the volume that you and I did, and I don't know, I didn't have the best mentorage where I was, right? So somebody should have caught. I would have appreciated if somebody caught, and I was handwriting my deals up until I came here. Okay, 92. I did 92 deals in my last year. I was handwriting them. Okay, why didn't somebody say, "Hey, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're an idiot." Right, and so I was doing
You were doing 92, so you think you were doing something right.
Right, but if anyone was paying attention, you would notice handwritten deals. You would notice per board of ed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you would notice use your GPS.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not gonna. I'm guilty. I don't even bring MLS sheets. When I was doing last showings, I did not even bring MLS sheets.
Yeah.
You know what?
When you're doing volume like us and you have the reputation, you can kind of do that. But I teach the new agents. Learn where the schools are, right?
Oh yeah.
Learn all that. And I'm sure you do that with them too. But it's funny because I did the same thing like you. I was a per board.
Yeah,
but board of ed guy.
When you're going on showings with clients, I mean, I don't know how. I'd give them MLS sheets.
Mm-hmm.
They get thrown in the car. The first showing they have them.
Yeah.
If it was a tour, they didn't have them by the second house. So I'm like, do they really need the sheets? And if they're going to ask a question, I want them to ask me.
Yeah.
Because I want to be the source of information. I don't want them to have to say, look at what your sheets say.
Yeah.
So I'm big on bringing their phone.
Yeah.
But be professional about it. Let them know you're having the information. That's why I preach don't just take your phone out and they don't know what you're doing. Say to them, I'm going to pull up my information on my phone, so that's why it's going to be out. Let them know that.
Yeah, I like it. That's a great.
And then you can go over the house with them. As when you're walking into a house, give the general characteristics of the house.
Yeah, I would
as
do
it
that.
go. And then you start the conversation. Because at the end of the day, it's a feeling. The statistics of the characteristics of the house are just numbers.
Yeah.
They're going to feel it.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, bring your phone, bring the information. Don't make them carry around. Let them ask you. Have that conversation. You're going to build a better rapport that way.
Yeah,
now
totally.
Your dialogue's going.
Yeah, and you can choose how much information you want, or for them to literally have during the showing, whether it's before or giving it to them before or after. But I like that. Let them kind of go to you and answer their question.
I have a couple of great agents that will send disclosures to all the properties shown beforehand. I'm like, good for you. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. Good for you.
Same. I never did it either. So like we all could have been better, and we sold volume, but we could have been better.
But the thing is now you're training your guys.
Yeah.
You're like, I made all these mistakes. I'm going to train these guys and make them better.
Yeah.
Which is an amazing thing because you're willing to let them learn your mistakes.
Yeah.
You don't have to teach them.
Yeah. I mean, best and final world, right? I used to call if we had 20 offers. Used to call them. Now you can use showing time and push 2 buttons.
Yeah.
Let everybody know.
I'm just very happy everybody started learning how to handle those.
Yeah.
When those first started coming, I don't know how you guys were down here when we started getting hit. Agents were so new to the highest and best
that
they wouldn't call for it in the beginning. they would just get an offer and sign it, and you're like,
Right.
give it a minute. Like, it's okay. You can give it 3 or 4 days. The house
Give it
is
3
still empty.
hours.
Yeah, don't just sign something because you just got in.
Yeah.
Let everybody digest it. Like,
Mhm.
it will be a better sale than pressuring people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and finally, after all this time, they would just let everybody realize, okay, we do have to give some time in this house.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the first day it's up, it's under deposit. You're like, well, you didn't let anybody see
You
the
didn't get
house.
a chance to let anybody see it. Yeah. How do you know there wasn't a better?
Correct.
Yeah.
Like, I have a great agent in my office. She's like, I mean, after 10 offers, you're good after 10 offers. You've pretty much got it. But at least let everybody get it in. Give everybody a fair shot.
Yeah.
Which now everybody's corrected. You see now, if it comes up on Wednesday, Thursday, they call for highest and best by Sunday.
Yeah.
It gives them time to digest, which is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. And then now the buyers can't even go in there and say, "Give me an answer by tomorrow," or "I'm withdrawing my offer." You say, "Take your offer and go
Like,
take
okay.
take a hike." Nobody
So
cares.
I'll come back to your offer on Sunday. Then?
Exactly. And
You're
you'll
still here,
probably
buddy.
still be around.
Yeah, you're still gonna be here.
It's wild, but like you said, we have to train these agents right because they're not going to know what to do when you actually have to price a home properly,
Mhm.
right? Because it's going to be here soon.
You like you said that $10,000 of a price difference can make if you're getting showings or not.
Yeah.
Now it's like it doesn't make a difference.
When you were selling, was there anything worse than a seller who wasn't getting showings? I mean, to me, it was
tough.
I mean,
Open
there was
houses?
nothing worse. Yeah, well, I'll do an open house for you Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, that was always the answer, right? But open houses are great, but really more lead gen for agents. But there was nothing worse than a miserable seller who
It's-
wasn't getting the action. Now, obviously, usually it's the price, and you've probably set that expectation. But I remember it being horrible if their seller, and then they send you the passive aggressive text. What have you been doing to sell my home? And it's, how about an open house Sunday, right? Like your price is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the market correction's needed, and I also can't wait for it.
Yeah, it'll it'll tighten things up nice. And I mean, unfortunately, now you had those sellers who wanted more before, and if they didn't get, it, they get mad at you. Now you get what they want, and now they still want more. It's like you have to be careful because there's fine lines of like being a little bit over greedy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we get great offers now. You should take it, run with it. And if it doesn't appraise, take it. If it sold for more than you initially wanted, you're still good.
Well, sellers now, when they get a full price offer, they're not taking it.
I know.
It's weird.
I was like,
It's like, dude, you asked for that.
I was like, all right, cool. I mean, that's what it is.
And if
Your
no one-
house?
if nobody gives you more, it ain't worth it. Because if you can't get it in this market, you're never gonna get it.
No, and that's a big thing. You in the listing appointment and talking to even agents, give them the confidence that if you're not getting offers, it is the price.
Yeah.
100%. We all know that.
Yeah.
I mean, the house can be great.
Mhm.
If the house numbers are too high, it just doesn't work. People don't see the value.
Yeah.
And the-
Every home, no matter what the condition, has a fly off the shelf price,
Yep.
right? Just figuring that out is what agents are gonna have to learn to do
Yes.
very quickly.
You need to do a real good CMA. You really need to know what sold.
Yeah.
And you realize that 3 days on the market isn't a long time anymore.
Yeah.
It was like, how long has it been? Oh, just 90 days.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
It's like a new listing.
90 days. It's
It's a
insane.
new listing. You kidding me?
It's insane. So listen, your success speaks for itself. Unbelievable. The numbers are. I mean, is there even another agency even up your way that does that many
I
transactions?
mean, there's some great offices over there that they're doing some good
800
numbers.
transactions. I mean, I don't even. We have some great ones here. I don't think for one office and 60 agents is a good size, but there are our competitors. Obviously, other Realogy, which will soon be Anywhere Real Estate. There are some awesome brands that probably may do more, but they have like 200 agents.
Yeah.
To have 60 and do that, I don't think there's any in this market, where I am that do that kind of volume.
No, it's a great. I mean, we are a powerhouse over there.
Mhm.
Number one REMAX in all of that area.
Talk about the REMAX accolades. So you're the number one team in Connecticut
and New England for sales.
and New England.
Yep.
That's huge.
Yeah. So we just so number one for Connecticut for transactions and volume.
Huge.
And then number one New England for the most houses sold. Number two for commissions.
Right.
And
okay.
then I just got an email that we were number 41 out of 50 nationwide for teams over 10 people.
Okay.
So it was 41 out of 50 teams nationwide. I sent it out to the group. It was an amazing job. Like
that's awesome.
Yeah, and this is just in little southeastern Connecticut.
I love it. Sometimes that's great. You know,
it needed a change down there. We came in with a change. We came with a different energy, a different approach.
Yeah.
Like you said, it came in about training
Yeah.
And these guys absorb it and just they have a higher closing ratio.
Yeah.
It's like I don't need to give you 100 leads. If I give you
Yeah.
10 and you know what you're doing, you're going to close 2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Not 100 and get 1. It's like you're
Right.
doing a tenth of the work, but
Yeah.
with double the return.
Totally.
To me, like we said, it's not what you make, it's what you take.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's not how many leads you get, it's what you convert.
Yeah.
Like I got a great friend of mine who just his conversion's nasty.
Yeah.
Like you give him 10, he's probably got 6 of them.
Yeah.
It's like how do you beat that?
It works them.
He works them.
Yeah.
He doesn't want a lot. He just wants to work the ones he has.
Yeah.
And there's a couple other agents like that with our, online leads.
Mm-hmm.
They're 1-2%.
Yeah.
I got a handful of people
Yeah.
over 8-10%. I'm like,
Yeah. That's great.
up. It's like
That's
you guys
great.
are working your deals.
Yeah, working the deal.
Because they know follow up. They know what to say. They know
Yeah.
how to keep the conversation going. They know how to sell a house.
Right.
It's nice. And they know that how to get the buyer over the hump to buy the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's what's really pumping those numbers.
So you mentioned you were from Berlin.
Yep.
Do you have this office in Uncasville?
Mhm.
Do you have any aspirations to open other offices, maybe back in the home?
We opened one in Middletown. It's a slow
Okay.
start. Yeah, we are. I mean, it's we didn't have any agents. We just put it there. We're like, all right, we have a place.
Okay.
Now we're gonna have to build off of it.
Okay. Listen,
So,
I know a lot of the franchises, they don't like to do that. They like to say you got to have
yeah.
so many $5 million agents, so many 10 million, so many whatever. They want to see so much volume before they do that. So for you to do that is I love, because that's like I want to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm ready to do it. It's going to be announcing that soon, but it's I want to do the same thing, because to have to go through all that dog and pony, like just listen, when I opened here, I had nobody.
Yep.
Right? 2 years ago, literally to the day and one. Right? So you can do it. I know why the franchises want you to have so many people, so that you're kind of set up to not lose money. But someone like you, if you're going and signing a rent or a lease, or you bought a building or whatever you did, I think you can handle the.
It's a challenge. I love a challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
It's I don't give all the chatter.
Yeah.
I put up a post. I'm getting 100 agents chatter.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. It's like it's my challenge. You do your own challenge.
Yeah.
And it was like we're opening an office. I don't care. I have nobody. But guess what? We will have people.
You'll have people.
There's no failure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless I give up.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to. I don't. So
No.
that's the thing. Everybody doesn't realize it's hard when you challenge someone who doesn't give up.
Yeah. So you're opened up in Middletown. Now you're going to grow, hopefully, that office.
Yes.
Total different pool of agents, right?
It's totally different. It's just you draw the diagram around you. It just interlocks a little bit. So we just are expanding over.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's hard when our team's bidding on the same houses.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's
You want to
not
spread out.
one of them. It's 5 or 6 you're going. It's like
I
holy
know.
cow.
Yeah.
But that's why I want to start spreading out.
Yeah. The last house that I ever showed, like other than the one for my cousin that the agent was late, I pulled up. I was like 2 months in here, and it actually was my cousin. Same one. That's when I realized I had to give them to another agent. But I pulled up to the house. Ready? 2 of my agents are outside waiting in line, and I'm the broker. I pulled up.
Yeah.
2 of them are waiting in line to show their client the same. So I'm like, hey guys, can't wait to compete against you.
I know.
You know what I mean? And then I went in, and there was 8 cards from my office on the table.
Oof. You're proud. You're very proud.
Proud, beaming.
Proud.
And then I felt like a total.
You tell your cousin, hey, this ain't the house for you.
No, I was like, why don't we go somewhere
This ain't
else?
the house. I'll pay you to go to the next house.
Thankfully, they walked in and walked right out. They didn't
Yeah.
like it, but I literally gave them away.
Yeah.
That was the last client that I actually had.
It's
You don't wanna
you
compete.
took the next step. Correct. You're helping them, and you don't want to. I mean, it's tough. It's a fine line.
Yeah, because a lot of money in
Yeah.
the sales, right?
Yeah, it's a fine line.
$500,000 house, 2%.
Nice commission, quick.
Yeah, but you got to look long term.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're just starting a new journey.
Yeah.
2 years in. I mean, you're just going to keep growing. You're going that way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's amazing. You mean some people stay in real estate and sales, and that's what they love, and they're great at it. And there's other people who enjoy training people, helping them, and growing offices.
Yeah.
Still real
That's
estate.
what gets me.
Yeah.
That's my motivation, is to grow and expand. And like we talked downstairs, we're playing chess.
Yeah.
This is a much different game. Anybody can get into real estate and sell and be successful. And actually, you can be a not so great real estate agent and make $100,000 a year,
Mhm.
right? I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah.
But if you really want to make it long term in the business, you got to play chess.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you can answer your phone in this market, you can answer your phone. You're making $100,000.
Exactly.
I mean, back in the normal market,
Exactly.
in normal market is a little bit more difficult. But what will happen is everybody's terrified. But like you said, the pool of people will come down.
Yeah.
So there's a lot less competition.
Yep.
And it will get easier for agents
Totally.
that are good at what they do.
So what you mentioned server experience or
Mhm.
bard. What other jobs have you had or have you had any other jobs that have kind of
first job ever. No, no, I big server background. I mean, I was at a family restaurant for a long time after the nightclub scene,
Yeah.
bartending and doing that stuff.
Did you officially resign from the night? Did you get a pension from your time in the
Oh yeah, I'm
night
still collecting.
from the nightclub
Yeah, I'm
of
still
Gotham
collecting.
City?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. But went into service industry, restaurants, bartending, serving at a couple nice steakhouses in the casino, and I just knew I wanted more than that.
Yeah.
And it was a great background. Don't get me wrong. And I have a couple agents in my office that I worked with.
Yeah.
And like I said to you, they said teachers and nurses were great agents. Real estate agents, the best background you can have is restaurants.
Yeah.
Like that whole
Service industry.
correct on the go, dealing with people who are mad
Yeah.
because their food took 2 more minutes longer. And I mean, it's the best. If you could take that,
Turn that into a sale? Did
turn
you
that
turn that
into
into
a
a
sale.
sale?
It's like, all right, well, in the meantime, do you want to look some houses with me?
Yeah.
No,
Oh
it's
man,
a
we
great
have a couple. We have a couple of servers here, and it's awesome. They do great. They actually have our agents use a service called Popple. Have you heard of that?
No.
So Popple's you can actually just take your phone and tap it to somebody else.
Oh, nice.
All their social media channels
Nice.
will actually populate, and so rather than giving the cards and all that, so you could just tap the phone,
That's
and then
nice.
not only do they get your number, but they can add it easily into your contacts, and they get your social media channels, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, the whole nine. So we have a couple of servers that work here that actually do that regularly, so much to the point where I'll know the people,
Yeah.
and they'll take a picture with them and send it to me and say, "Look where I am. I just ran into an agent."
Yeah,
And
that's excellent.
yeah,
That's awesome.
and it's all good, and I hope they take that client
Mhm.
from me because I don't want them.
No, you're more than happy to help them along the way.
Please do.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you were in this basically your only employment really after school was. Where'd you go to high school?
Berlin High.
Berlin High.
Yeah.
Did you do any college?
No.
So we're right
I
to
tried.
yeah.
I'm just not a classroom guy, man.
Yeah. Hey,
Just-
listen.
I just never was. I mean, high school is tough.
Yeah.
I'm talker.
Yeah.
I like to move around. I was selling cell phones in high school.
Okay.
Middle
So
school, but
where did you work?
the Meriden Square.
The Meriden
At
Square.
the mall.
The
When the
mall.
malls were the cream of the crop. We used to go and
Oh,
actually hang out at the malls.
You can't go there anymore. You'll get
Mm-mm.
killed.
No, I just want to get out of them.
Yeah.
We used to go to the malls and walk around for hours. Now
Yeah, you-
I beeline to where I'm going,
Yeah, and get out.
and I'm out. Like it's the
Dude,
fastest I ever
The
walked.
Trumbull Mall is when my wife goes there, we have a cop buddy that we call in Trumbull, and he literally escorts her in and out.
Yeah,
He knows some behind the scenes stuff that
Yeah.
goes on there, and it's unbelievable the stories that we hear. So it's nice to have a cop buddy
No,
that can
that's
escort
nice.
my wife in and out of the mall.
yeah.
Because they're not what they used to be.
No, it's just. I mean, they're
Were you a
unfortunately.
Nextel guy? Were you selling Nextel?
No,
you sell
voice stream.
Voice stream.
Voice stream.
Do you remember Nextel?
Yeah, one chirp.
The chirp chirps.
Yo, you know we're in the club scene. Everywhere's chirp.
We were chirping everywhere. That was we actually I feel like we got those first.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
Those are the best.
We had a connect that worked there, and he came to us one day. All the promoters, I'm going to give you guys this new thing. The service was horrible, but it was cool because we
Still
chirped.
is. Hasn't
It still is.
changed.
You're right. We like to feel cool,
Yeah.
like with the walkie-talkie. Then you realize everybody was hearing you.
It was a high end walkie talkie.
It was a high-end
I was like, I might just have a high end walkie talkie.
What happened to Nextel? Did they
They probably got bought out.
probably Verizon scooped
They
them up?
realized, okay, this is just people can just start talking on your phone. You're like, this is a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna do some research. What happened to Nextel?
You dropping the phone, iPhone's going back to an Nextel.
Oh, listen.
Got nobody to chirp, but I got one.
Like I said, it sucked. The service was horrible. The phone was like this little flip thing,
Yeah.
but you looked cool. Excuse me one second. Chirp. Hello, are you there? It was like weird, but it had an effect, but it wore off pretty quickly.
Yeah, you were like, oh yeah, you'll be on the VIP line. Don't worry, I got you.
That's right.
I know.
So all right. So tell us, what's a day look like for you? Like take a random. Let's say you go through the weekend, you do what you're doing. What does Monday look like for you typically?
Monday's just catch up. I mean, just so.
What time you out of bed?
5 o'clock. Get up at 5.
Another 5 a.m. club.
Yeah, up at 5. Set my alarm. Get up. Go to the gym. Get the gym out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't go in the morning time, I'm not going.
You're not going.
No, so I got a buddy I go with to keep each other accountable.
Yeah.
Get that out of the way, and then honestly, a lot of it Mondays are just a lot of questions.
Mhm.
Like I'm very involved with my agents with questions. I look over all their offers to make
Okay.
sure that they're right.
Mhm.
I'm just here to support them. I'm
Sure.
right at the fingertips. And then Tuesdays we involve training, so a couple hours of training. And again, my days just consist pretty much of helping agents
Yeah.
and just making sure they're on track, checking in with them, looking over offers, motivating them, just keeping them going.
Yeah.
So I mean, Tuesday, Wednesday is just training, and then
It's very clear you have the right mentality. Put the agent before you,
oh, yeah,
and then for you, long term, it'll come back. But
yeah. Just because I mean, when I first got into the business and we were talking, it's like we had no mentorship. Like my broker, you call them, they just it's
don't
like,
answer.
I needed an answer.
Yeah,
It'd
nowhere
be nice
nowhere
if
to
I
be
didn't
found.
need the answer, but I do need the answer.
Yeah,
And I think that leads to a lot of agents' struggles
yeah,
and just burnout rate
yeah.
because you go into real estate, you only got 60 hours.
Mm-hmm.
They taught you 60 hours to pass a test. And
Man.
guess what? Now you're into real estate and you need someone to support you.
Yeah,
And I see a lot of people who just said, my broker never called me back. I was like,
yeah.
and my guys, I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I love it. I mean, I'll take calls from 6 o'clock to 10,
Yeah,
11 o'clock at night.
it's
just
not
answering
work.
questions.
It's not work. Same.
I love it.
Same.
I absolutely love it.
I did a presentation for a high school, Notre Dame High School in Fairfield. I did a presentation to their senior financial literacy class, and I wrote on the board all the credentials to be a licensed real estate agent, and then I wrote on the board all the credentials to be a hair.
I was just talking to somebody about that.
Okay, so it's unbelievable. It's like if you're gonna go to a reputable school like Paul Mitchell or one of those high end schools, it's like 20 G's.
It was
Right.
25,000.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
Like,
But at the end of the day, what does the thing look like? It looks just like ours. That
Yeah.
Connecticut,
Certificate.
license. It looks exactly the same. And they're handling people's hair, which is important. I get it.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that's not a great profession. It's just they're doing beauty and esthetician and all that stuff. We're handling a huge arguably the biggest
Oh yeah.
financial transaction that
I
this person's probably going to make. And we went to school for 60 hours and fell asleep for 45
I
hours.
never understood that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Just the amount of money, the $500, $600 to take the class, and you're into real estate for under $1,000, and it's like, wow.
Yeah. Well, it's 400 and you get the books for free.
Yeah.
Most places, right? I mean, it's a very low bar, but I think that's why we deal with some of the problems we deal with.
No. But I'll tell you.
Would you pay? Forget the brokerage. Make pretend you were just an agent.
Yeah.
Would you pay $10? Would you pay $10,000 a year for your real estate license when you were selling?
Great topic. I love this topic.
Yep.
I did the math one time. I was doing the math because I'm just
Mhm.
thinking about numbers. When you're a new agent,
Yep.
you want to pay nothing.
Totally.
You're like, that's the $252 to renew my. That's blasphemy. That's BS. and you're about 1,000 in, and you're like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
When you become serious about this business, a heartbeat, I would pay $10,000 a year
Yeah.
financially.
Yeah.
And when you're beginning, it's that you couldn't.
You couldn't.
But it would bring in some people who are very serious. And
Right.
the state would, if you quadrupled the license fee,
Yep.
we could drop down from 17, 18,000 realtors to half. They would make more
Yeah.
money.
Are we over 20,000 now?
I have no idea, dude.
No, because your number's pretty close. I think we are,
There probably are, but
which is ludicrous.
So even if they doubled the fee,
Yeah.
we could have half the people that are making the same amount of revenue, less
Right.
time.
Yeah.
Especially now with teams, they have to register everybody and take it.
Another 500.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I mean,
I got rid of my team, so I don't pay it.
I would say this though, it should go on a scale.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're in a certain amount of years, let somebody get up and going. I respect it because somebody who has a lot of drive, hustle might not have the funds to do it.
Sure.
Respect that, right?
Mhm.
After 2 years, you go up. After 5 years, you go up.
Mhm.
Because by then, either you're taking it serious and making money, and you will pay the money,
Yep. Or you're out.
or you're out.
Yeah. Let's say go back to what we're talking about.
5,000.
5,000.
5,000.
So let's say it's 10, just
Yeah.
because I already did the math in my head and I'm not good at math. Let's say it's 10,000 a year, right? It's about 800 a month, roughly 800
Yeah.
and some change. Is there a business that you know of that you could make this kind of money with the normal, fees? What's the
No.
MLS? I mean, is there a business more lucrative? Like, is $800 a month a lot of money for a business person overhead? I mean,
No.
what do you pay in insurance in your office? I mean, I pay
I don't know.
if you have a
I
lot.
don't look at bills. I hate
You're
those.
smart. You have
I
someone that does
yeah,
it. So
100%. I can't look
I
at
look at them, but somebody else handles it all. But we pay an insane amount of money so that the agents can just pay their normal E&O,
Yeah.
right? So for somebody to pay 10,000 a year is really not a lot. It's intimidating for a new agent, right? But I don't know. I always have that
No, but
conversation.
that's a great. I mean, 1,000 a month. Break it down.
Sure.
800 a month. We'll say 1,000 a month with MLS and your board.
Yeah.
We'll say 1,000. The amount of money you can make off $1,000.
Right.
You can't go to the stock market and make that money in the $1,000 in the time frame.
Exactly. Well, if you're people that open restaurants and stuff like
There
that,
are
I mean,
hundreds of thousands in.
but their
Before they start
their
recouping.
monthly overhead with rent and everything else is 8,000, 9,000.
The
So that's what I'm
rent,
saying. I think maybe the long term to step that up a little bit.
yeah.
Or if we stay low with that entry level into the business, we just have to force brokers like us to actually train.
Or just there has to be, if you're going to be in real, there has to be a minimum, because I've received minimum amount of transactions, activity. I understand the continuing it. I get that,
Yeah,
but there should be a continuing, like doing sales.
I like
And
it.
if you
I
decide,
like that.
right, if you decide to step out, you can go to referral base,
Yeah,
because I've received offers from agents who, I mean, nothing wrong. I don't. It's okay if you don't want to do a lot of business,
yeah.
but you can't send me an offer on a purchase and sale
On a
agreement.
napkin.
Yeah, but on a purchase and sale agreement that was multiple years ago that the board changed.
Yeah, yeah,
That means you're not up at the, like, that is not okay.
yeah, yeah.
So it's like you should have to do a certain amount of business. I know they just update. I think they updated.
Yeah, because the continuing ed is kind of like, you know, not helping them with day to day. It's
Correct.
it's good, right? You need to teach them about
Yeah.
racial bias and
100%.
ethics and law, right? That's all good, but nitty gritty, which contract are you using? If you don't know
How
that,
about fill out a contract?
Yeah, how to
How
fill
about
it out.
Fill out a contract.
Yeah,
How about what buyer representation is? Like
Yep.
how it actually works.
yep,
Like
yep.
that should be continuing education for Connect. I don't care.
Yeah.
Representation's something that they fly over.
Yeah.
Super important.
What advice would you give somebody new who wanted to get into the business?
Know and look at yourself and what's going to make you. I'd say this: what is going to make you get up every day and want to go to work for yourself?
Mhm.
Everybody, American dream is work for yourself. The hardest part about working for yourself is working for yourself,
Yeah,
because nobody tells you to go into work.
yeah,
Nobody tells you to keep working longer. Nobody tells you to work harder. Nobody's going to pat you on the back. So that's the hard part. You have to just know you're committed.
Yeah.
That's the best. If you're committed, you could do it.
yeah, yeah.
I don't care what's in your way.
Yeah.
If you're committed to do it, you'll do it.
Yeah, and our independent contractor agreements basically state that we can't make anybody do anything. I actually was at a brokerage once where I had my team, and they actually were mandating so much education and so much this, which they have the right the right thought to try to help them, but you cannot force people in this business to do anything. They have to want to do it.
So, no, you can't tell people to do it. Absolutely, but you so badly want to, because you know it's just the best thing for them.
Yeah,
And if you push, you're a jerk.
yeah,
But you know it's what's needed. And
Yep.
you mean I think you have to help people really just notice that that's
Yeah.
what they need.
I tell agents that you did not go in business for well, I use a bad word, but I say you didn't go into business to be my BITCH, right?
Yeah.
You went into business for yourself. I said, but if I'm you, I would totally be a sponge. I would totally be asking questions. I would try to meet, and if it's not just me, one of our staff who was amazing, they'll meet with you, and that's the hard part. The people who put in the hustle will make it, and the other ones will.
As my best advice for anybody who's in the business, who's new to the business, even a year or two in, start learning your documents. Like, I don't know, you guys do a little different down here. We do all of our own all of our own contracts, addendums. We fill them in,
Mhm.
but you need to know what they say.
Yeah.
And number one, you need to know how to fill them out.
Yep.
And it's funny because we have a joke that a lot of offers we get, you just can't believe people signed them.
Yeah.
So a new agent, learn what you're doing. Number one, at the end of the day, you should be putting an hour in for education for yourself. I don't care how much you want to prospect. Good for you. Hour a day should be dedicated to training. You should be start off with every single document your brokerage will give you. Like, we give them nice packets. We give a buyer representation, listing, buyers.
Sure.
And go through them.
Yeah.
Highlight what you're unsure about. Take notes. Sit down with you afterwards to understand them, because it all ties together better.
Yeah.
And you'll realize your career will jumpstart.
Mhm.
I tell everybody 6 months with me in real estate. My training and what we're going to teach you is 5 years in the field, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wipe away that 5-year failure curve that everybody has, the
Nice.
84%, whatever it is, and you'll be producing like a 5+ year agent. I
Love
have
it.
agents who are in their second year. They went through the first, did
Clearly.
25, 30 transactions. They're looking to do 40, 50 in their second year.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's awesome.
And it's because they got so confident, they learned what they were doing, that they take these phone calls. People have questions, they can answer them.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Imagine that.
Listen, you got to answer the phone.
You gotta answer the phone. If you can tell
Yeah.
them what they need, you're even better.
Do you do a lot of Zillow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how much? So if an agent, I'm not asking what you spend, but if you were an agent, if I was an agent, I came to you and said, how much I want to get busy and I want to use Zillow because somebody told me I can make a lot of money with Zillow. How much should I spend a month?
0. And they're new agents?
Yeah.
They're new?
Well, that's two ways. Brand new, that's the same thing. I say lead with revenue. Let me backpedal. Let's say they're 5 years in and they actually, okay, they're financially good. How much do you think they should?
I think you should look at your budget
Mhm.
and see what you're going to allocate to marketing and lead gen.
Yep.
So I think that's all depends on what you're bringing in.
Sure.
Because at the end of the day, if you're spending 60 to make 60, it's $0, just more work.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have to see what you're doing. You have to know your conversion ratios. Everybody
Sure.
says online leads are bad. No, we're bad at converting them.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
We don't call them back because we called them once. Oh, we did a great job calling them. You have to be committed to them. So if you can commit and you can put up a couple thousand a month, but you know you're going to commit to it,
Yeah.
perfect.
I think the key is some people that spend $100 a month or $50 a month, it's almost like a waste of time. You got to spend pretty significantly to get any kind of.
And you got to look at the statistics. What is it going to generate? So that's how you have to. I'm big analytics guy.
Yeah.
If you're going to spend 100 and you're getting one lead every couple months, and the national statistic is 1%.
Yeah. One deal.
Guess what?
Yeah.
You got to have a whole bunch of them to get that 1%.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the big thing. It's like, what do I spend? It's like, how much you want to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I think if you want a baseline like Zillow and you want to spend money, you want to spend Realtor.com leads, that's great because you're marketing yourself, you're staying out in front of it, you're getting in front of people.
Yeah.
But you have to be committed to them. Those
Yeah.
are very hard. Everybody thinks they're just because they inquire, they want to buy.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They're inquiring.
They're inquiring. Yeah.
Correct. And you have to want to work them.
Yeah.
So it's dedication. If you want to go spend 10,000 because you know you're committed to them,
Mhm.
God bless you, do it.
Yeah.
And you got to look at the numbers. If I get 100 leads and I convert at 10%, I'm making 10 deals, and an average of 8,000, I make money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. How much can you convert and how much you keeping?
yeah, and what's it costing you?
And what about Uncle Sam? Teach your agents about Uncle Sam?
Yes.
It's like my first thing I do. It's scary because a lot of people I didn't realize until maybe 3 years in when I really start making money. Because you can write off even if you have a good year as a new agent, make 30, 40 grand. Like your accountant can
Yeah.
do whatever. But like once you start making serious money, don't forget Uncle Sam.
Oh no, they're there.
Yeah, yeah.
He knows what you're doing.
Yeah, Uncle
He's
Sam
better than
knows.
Santa Claus. He knows. He really knows he really knows you're on the naughty list.
Yeah, you gotta remember Uncle Sam right away. Transfer that money right to an account.
40% right off the bat.
Yeah, wow, that's great. Yeah, that's
You have because yes, you'll write it off, but 40% you got a good buffer.
Yeah, and if you get money back at the end of the year, you can go on vacation or invest it right back into your business. But that's
I think
smart.
they should have more of a business understanding. Like if they want to do continuing education, that I think honestly should be one.
Yeah,
Learning that when you're a new agent in Connecticut, and it's different in other states, but to become a broker, it's not just because you want to open up an office. Everybody, should I get my broker's license? Absolutely.
yeah, I get it.
The benefits.
Mhm.
You should want to, one, for better education. 2, it's a better title.
Yeah,
3, you can open up an LLC.
sure.
I have a phenomenal accountant.
Yeah.
So he's the one who helped me go through it. So you understand, like you said, you pay yourself.
Mhm.
You get paid in your LLC.
Yep.
You drip it down to your name and your account, and you're paying taxes along the way.
Yeah,
There's so many benefits of becoming a broker, learning about the business side
Yeah.
of real estate.
and you can do that with your team, right? If
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean. You can. I mean, not you personally, but like if an agent came to work for you, and they had aspirations of hiring too, they can do that under your umbrella. But if they have their broker license, that's how they can.
Yeah, you get to be able to write the check to the LLC.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I can't if you're just a regular agent. Unfortunately, I can't pay you like that.
Right,
But
yeah.
when you pick on brokers and you broker license that, I
Yeah.
can pay that,
Yeah,
and then that's collecting your money,
yeah.
and then you're
love
paying
it.
yourself, and now
Great
you're living
advice.
on a salary, and it's that should be continuing education on how to grow your business
Yeah,
in the backside of business,
Sure.
not just how do you do this or how's this or how's it's like no, teach people how to actually understand money.
yeah, totally. Who would you say has been a great mentor, or who's kind of taught you how to stay alive and stay fresh in real estate? Anybody in particular,
no,
or
so
even
I have
business
to-
in general?
Business in general, great friend of mine, a local real estate attorney down there, John Peck. Love him to death. He's one of my greatest friends.
Okay.
He's been in business for a long time.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's just been
Is he in Uncasville,
no, he's in New London.
New London?
A couple
Okay.
offices, yeah, but his main office is in New London. He's just been like that solid guy who, no matter what, you can just go to and talk to.
Mhm.
Like, and I mean, because I wanted to learn more. He knew the whole back ends. He's been in this business for years and years. So
Yeah.
I wanted to know all the stuff beyond what the contract says.
Yeah.
Like, what happens after the contract? The contract reads nice.
Yeah.
But what's beyond that contract? He's taught me so much beyond that
Yeah.
contract. Like,
They're only as good as the people who sign them, these
Correct.
contracts.
so you need to know that. And I think he's been a huge part of business. I run everything by him. Very successful. So you mean, got to stay around people that are successful.
Yeah. If you're the smartest guy in the room,
You'd be real bad in this room.
that's the yeah.
Exactly. You'd be real bad in this
I
room.
always say the same. I think it's so important. People who are smarter than you, people who are more successful. We talked about the car thing. You and I we like to have fun having some fun cars, but you know what we realized early is that cars are horrible.
Oh, yeah.
The absolute worst investment. And when I was young, I went through I got to buy this. Now 3 months later, I got to buy this.
Hold on. Listen. Cars or boats? Cars or boats are worse.
Okay, boats are probably worse.
Boats are worse, right?
Boats are worse.
Boats are worse, yeah.
There's 2 great days in a boat owner's life, right?
Yeah.
The day they buy it
They sell it.
and the day they sell it, right? I heard that once.
There's fun in between.
There's fun in
Just not
between
as great.
when everything breaks. But the car thing is great. Now I actually I made a correlation. 2 very, very, very. I'm not talking about people that I would consider rich. I'm talking about people that I would consider wealthy, right?
Oh, yeah.
The 2 wealthiest people that I know, their cars are probably a decade old. Definitely paid off. And when I see them in it, I'm kind of like, what's going on? And they're wearing like joggers and track suits and whatever. And I'm like, okay, not judging that, but my takeaway is, like, don't spend your money on cars.
Yeah,
These guys can buy any car that they want. If you got your fun car, I got a fun car. You got a fun car, right? But I got a 2017 car, and my friends get new ones, and I say, oh, it must be nice to have a brand new car, right?
Must be nice.
I got the 2017, but you know what? I want to try to actually keep that as long as I can,
Yeah.
and put money elsewhere.
It's funny to say, 'cause a couple of friends of mine are very close with that, do very well.
Yeah.
Are probably
Got
the
a
most,
story like that?
Oh yeah, you're
What are they
talking about
driving?
one's driving a Toyota Camry, old
Oh,
Toyota Camry.
Love it.
Loves it. He has nice cars.
Yeah.
Any car. He drives a Toyota Camry.
Love it. This
He
one was a Prius. My guy has a Toyota
Oh
Prius.
yeah. Another guy just drives a truck. But they're do very well.
Yeah.
Successful, very hardworking guys, but they don't care.
Yeah.
Gym shorts, t-shirts.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm the same way with clothes.
Yeah.
But
Totally.
advice is cars.
Yeah. Cars are a bad look.
No,
So
they are.
at long term,
Yeah.
I think in the business, if you're an agent, especially new, you just get something nice, clean,
Mm-hmm.
reliable. You're not going to you don't want to be breakdown at a showing
Yeah.
type of thing, but you don't need a $100,000 car.
No. You put miles on it. You're
Putting
beating
miles.
it up. You're
Oh
beating
my
it up.
gosh.
I mean, you're just wintertime's beating up. You're driving around. You're driving on dirt roads, gravel. I mean, you're
Yeah.
beating that thing up.
Reliability.
Yep.
That's what you need.
And big enough for your for sale signs, big enough for your open house signs.
Totally. Yeah. Trunk space.
You need that. People
Not what you
realize
came
that.
in today.
No, but you don't realize until you go to put your sign. It's like, my sign doesn't fit in my trunk. Like,
Doesn't fit. It doesn't
you-
fit.
You're shoving them in your back seats. It's like, no, you need a good, reliable car for that.
Yeah. Totally. Anthony, if somebody wants to reach out to you, what's the best channels to get you? Either phone, website, social media channels. What's the best way?
My phone number 860-235-1642. If you're in the New London area, New London County, Wyndham County, want to get in real estate, I'd be happy to help. Anthony Revoir on Facebook, Wolf of Real Estate.
Wolf of Real Estate _
_Remax
on
Yeah.
Instagram. Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. If a new agent comes my way and they want to go by the casino,
Yeah.
I'm sending them your way.
My way.
Yeah.
It'll be good. They'll
Yeah.
do very well.
Yeah. Great to connect with you
Awesome.
today.
Pleasure, man.
Anthony Revoir, the REMAX home team
Yeah.
and the next level team at REMAX.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next time.